Here, Draft Dr. Phil rants.
Yeah, Shane. It is a crisis, and it comes to the Chicago Bears. And I say that because preparation is key. Obviously, there's so many things within a football game that get you to where you want to go on the victory side or put you in the losers column. It somehow, some way seems to happen that the Chicago Bears find themselves on the comedic side of that. And it goes back to fundamentals. Each and every week, you talk about situational football, and on a Halloween trick or treat, the lightning strikes go down, even when your young franchise quarterback is out there making plays and doing everything in his power to help you be victorious. You still have the same culprits. Now, it takes an injury to get Eddie Jackson's non-tackling ass out of the game, and you got Cody White here, Sam Mustipher getting blown up in the backfield, Cody holding. The reality is things aren't going to change. Sean Desai, you aren't going to win a game against Jimmy Garoppolo allowing zone coverage and people playing off and allowing people to run through. It's a travesty to watch this football team. It's a disgrace on every level. It doesn't matter who's coaching this whole staff. You have the worst punt coverage team in the league, and that's Tabor. And it happens again as he's being a head coach. And I really believe there is karma in this. And, you go in to tie the game. Justin Fields does everything in his power to overcome your stupidity as a play caller, whatever that play was. And he able to turn that and make it a touchdown. And your field goal kicker misses an extra point. Energetically, that sends the message down the whole pipeline to what Shane's talking about. Anybody needs to step up. Anybody needs to step up. In a game of football, the difference between winning and losing is catching and dropping the football. Tease Tabor drops an interception. Momentum is changed with missed tackles and people missing assignments. You see this each and every week happening to this team. At some point, the corporate Bears have to understand that the coach, the system, the whole flawed BU culture is responsible for this. As Shane said, the nail in the coffin. This should have been done a long time ago. There is a problem with Chicago, and it starts in the trenches. It starts on the defense. It starts all over the place. We can all pick out our MVPs, but every week I look at the tape and I see missed assignments, piss poor effort, lack of hustle, lack of accountability by a head coaching staff led by a guy that shouldn't be the head coach. Today was no different than it has been. The only thing that was absent was there was no timeouts. There was no miscommunication in the play calls. You could see Nagy not being there was helpful to this young quarterback. But again, Mooney drops the ball there. Whether you want, that's the difference between winning. You got to make catches. You got to help out. Cole Kmet, one-hand effort in the end zone. Some PFF blog boy is going to say, well, that was a tough catch. No, Jasper Horsted makes that catch because he actually doesn't go one hand. He goes two and catches the fucking ball. Momentum is key. Scoring is key. Kicking field goals is not. When you have an issue, you have to address it and make it so that the players that you realize might be better understand that we're going to have accountability and it's going to be the next man up, not because of injury. Sam Mustipher continues to struggle on an offensive line, completely lack of any cohesiveness. Larry Borum goes out there, looks great. He does. On the tape, we'll see. But you can see there is a difference there. White hair, Mustipher, awful. Awful. That's just watching television copy. But again, the end of the day, this is about a want to. Bears offense wanted to today, at most points. The Bears defense didn't come and bring that killer's mentality. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. I said it in the game. I'll say it again. Two last points in this rant. Sean Desai needs to decide that you're going to be aggressive when your offense is showing a heartbeat. He wasn't. Awful. Worst game I've seen him call since he's been here. He doesn't have the killer instinct, and he sat back in zones, and in third down critical situations, you're putting Trevis Gibson on a running back that they scouted you. They knew exactly what the matchup would be, and they got it. That's a great head coach. The guy on the other side, Shanahan, would take this Bears team. They'd be one-loss Bears. That's the difference. He has a plan. They fire out. They play to the whistle every time. Meanwhile, we got Teez Tabor tackling the running back into the end zone, helping the 49ers. That's the comedy show that is the Chicago Bears at this point. And the last point, I wanted to just say this for the rant official. If a player is engaged, a fullback can't come and chop him. And that was on the big toss play that Shane's talking about, where Akeem Hicks goes down 30 yards. It's Robert Quinn setting the edge. And if you watch the play, which we will, you see Houston, or whatever his name is, 44, comes and just drives into Robert Quinn, who's engaged there, and takes him out, knocks him to the ground right at it's a wham block with engage. It's an illegal block. You can't do that. Should have been a flag. Should have been 15 yards back or 10 yards. I forget what the penalty length is. But again, just for the record, because people are going to talk about it later, can't do that. They missed it. And again, the Chicago Bears continue to flounder in what it is we've seen. No matter who's in this administration, we wanted to see a difference with Nagy gone. I really honestly will sit here right now and say I did see a distinct difference in the energy on the sideline, as well as the cohesiveness in getting play calls and communicating. However, the end result comes from the culture that you've allowed this guy to be a part of when he shouldn't have been at all. Shane, that is my rant.
Hear Draft Dr. Phil rants during each and every Bears Hour Live.